to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I'm so happy that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are, Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, express. Let's go. Hey, welcome. Come on in. If you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. If this is the first time you landed here, I am very excited that you find this space. So welcome to Bear Lifestyle Podcast. And let's start, as usual, with celebrations. I'm celebrating myself, I'm celebrating you, and everyone who listens and watches this podcast. Cheers with blueberry tea. Oh my goodness, it's the last episode of the year, the last episode of 2023. Here we are, we're closing the year. Next week will be 2024. So I want to keep this episode short and as celebratory as I could. So I want to invite you to have a bear conversation, and specifically a bear conversation with yourself. So before we tap into the end of the year, setting goals for the next year and resolutions and dreams and all that, I want to invite you to just pause and take in this year. Pause and celebrate yourself for this year. Celebrate everything that you went through, you overcome, you survive, you accomplish, would realize, you dream, you create or abandon or change your mind, all of it, right? So look, I'm no longer someone who set big goals for the next year or resolutions and all that. And I will tell you why and what I do instead. and I could only hope that if this serves you, just please pick up the pieces that resonates with you and just run with them. And the ones that don't, just leave them here as usual. So yes, of course, I used to set goals for the new year and new year resolution and committing myself to this and that. And then everything went to hell, by the end of February or January or March, right? We know how that goes. And the problem with that for me, but I see it with my clients and other people too, is that when we set those goals and then we have a plan and we are like very motivated to make things happen, and then we end up not doing them, we start judging ourselves and we are feeling guilty about it, and then we are feeling not good enough, and then all the yucky stuff, right? When in reality, if you just want to hear me out here for a minute, is that we can't necessarily plan everything. And for me, I got into a point like for the past few years to say, yes, I have this big New Year resolutions, but then life happened. Life happened that have me readjust, redirect, recalibrate, and whatever I thought in the end of December that's what I wanted, by mid-January or February, my life just have me want something else instead. So I learned how to, instead of being rigid to the plan that I created or crafted in the end of the year, to yes, allow myself to be clear on what is it that I desire, what is the dream, what are the goals that I'm shooting for. But most importantly than that is to allow myself to stay present every day, to leave space for life to happen, and to allow myself to always adjust, recalibrate, and readjust. Like, that's where I'm going, The dream is the dream, but I no longer hold on every little step. And most importantly, I no longer judge myself if I change my mind. I'm supposed to change my mind. It's part of transformation and change and flexibility. So here's what I'm doing in the end of the years, like for the past few years, before I even jump into the resolution, and see if this resonates with you. I like to go back to the current year and collect all the juice, collect all the evidences that I need for myself, for my mind, body, and soul, in order to step into the new year very empowered, proud of myself, happy, and clear on my new direction or my new goals and dreams. So the way that I do it is I use the camera roll on my phone. Because you know what? We don't remember everything. And biggest problem here is we tend to remember all the hard times. And this is the month when you hear people, I'm so done with this year. I'm glad that this year is over. Why do we say that? Because we have hard moments. We feel like when we close the year, we close that struggle, which is, it's a nice lie. It's a nice illusion, right? But hey, that's not the point here. The point here is our mind tends to get stuck in a rough time, in a rough patches. So I want to invite you to take a minute, and by a minute I mean take at least an hour, and collect the good moments of the year. So the reason I go to the camera roll of my phone is because I could go straight to January, and just those pictures that I took, trigger some memories. And I make it very intentional. Like I'm really focusing on collecting all the good stuff. Ooh, this day, oh my God, I remember this day and I have such a good time, and I meet with this friend and we have a delicious conversation and a yummy lunch and whatever. Ooh, feels so good, right? And then you keep on going. Oh, and I traveled there. Oh, and then I met this guy. Oh, I remember that date. Oh, and this is when I launched this program. Oh my God, it was so phenomenal. Oh, and I finally created this thing that I was like fearing for so long. So you see what I'm saying? When you go through your camera roll on your phone, the picture will trigger the memory. And yes, it will trigger sad memories as well. But if you could, and those moments to say, I'm proud of myself. I made it through. You have the evidence you made it through because you're here. We're in the end of December. So whatever hard moment happened in February or in May or in August, and you might still work through that process, or you might still heal that pain, whatever the situation might be, take a moment and be proud of yourself that you made it. You are here now. And so if you really want to go deeper into this, I always suggest journaling, and depends how detailed you want to go and how analytical you are. Like you could make columns. What did I achieve? What was the moment when I felt the most joyful? What was the moment when I was experiencing receiving love and generosity? What were the moments where I created something today, it's in the world because of my own doing. So you get to be as specific and as detailed as you wish. The main point and the main idea of this exercise, if you wish, is to be proud of yourself. Chances are that you created and you accomplished a lot. And either people around you did not celebrate you for it, to like really hold it and embody it, or you haven't celebrated yourself for it. I know I'm guilty of that one. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have people in my life that recognize, my accomplishments or the things that I create. But I'm still learning how to like fully celebrate myself. Like Even the days that nobody's there, I get to choose me. I get to choose me. I get to celebrate me. So that's my invitation that I have for you at the end of the year. And then make it a ritual if you wish. Yeah, put some music on, dance, or light up a candle and sit into a gratitude prayer, or whatever works for you, whatever your practice is, right? And then, of course, if you call to set new goals and dreams for new year resolution, yeah, do that. But pay attention how this might be different. To set up resolution from a place of like, oh, I can't wait for this year to be over, or to set up a new year resolution from a place of like, oh, I accomplished a lot. I'm amazing. I did all these things. I have all those experiences. I live life. This year was amazing. Not to say focusing on positivity, but to say there is a lot of good there that we have the tendency to just skip with like, yeah, well, of course, I should have done that. Like, no, I done that. Yay, me. So setting New Year resolution from this place, I want to believe that it's going to feel different, and it's going to clarify and define your goals and your dreams differently. So don't believe me, just give it a try and see how it goes. But please do share with me. Do share with me what is different, or what did you discover. And I will put in a show notes a few prompt questions just to help you brainstorm. That's what I have for today for you. I want to close this episode and this year with thanking you for being here, regardless if you've been here before or you're here for the first time. I appreciate you. I appreciate for you creating the time and the space in your life to listen to this podcast. And I'm looking forward to the next year to see where this journey take us. And in this particular space, in a Bare Lifestyle podcast, like every week, I'm just staying open to see where the conversation goes. So happy holidays. I wish you have a very good time filled with joy and love and peace and fun, and of course, a bear experience. Cheers, cheers. Happy New Year, everyone. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed the show, make sure you leave me a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, please go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at Simona Spark World. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear, bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.